welcome back to the channel. My name is Christian, and today I just want to go over what I was reading today in my personal studies. I'm in 2nd Nephi chapter 27, and as I was reading it, it's talking about the coming of the Book of Mormon to Joseph Smith and stuff, and how a portion of the records are the sealed portions of the plates. Something was sticking out to me about it while I was reading, and as well as something that I heard Jared from Christian Homestead was talking about a couple days ago, but reading it here just really connected the two together, and I felt like I needed to make a video about this. So in verse 8, again, it's talking about the sealed portions of the plate. It says, "Wherefore, because of the things which are sealed up, the things which are sealed shall not be delivered in the day of the wickedness and abominations of the people. Wherefore, the book shall be kept from them." And then in verse 10 it says, "But the words which are sealed he shall not deliver, neither shall he deliver the book. For the book shall be sealed by the power of God, and the revelation which was sealed shall be kept in the book until the own due time of the Lord, that they may come forth. And for behold, they reveal all things from the foundations of the world unto the end thereof." And so for the longest time for me, I was always like, oh, when are the sealed plates going to come? I can't wait to read the sealed plates. They're going to have so much knowledge. It's just going to be full of truth, and I'm so excited for it. I can't wait for it to read it. But again, going back to verse 8, it says, "In the days of wickedness and abominations of the people, the book shall be kept from them." And something that Jared from Christian Homestead said is, we should have this eagerness to read all of the scriptures that we have now and stuff. And we have a lot of scripture, and I can personally say that I have not read all of the scriptures that we have, and that's something that kind of kicked me in the gut, and showed me that I need to do better at that. And especially like with the Doctrine and Covenants, I was always scared to read the Doctrine and Covenants, just because every time I'd open it up, it would always say a revelation given to Joseph Smith by the hand of God. And just reading that, I'd just be like, oh man, like, is this really relevant to me? Like, this was like 200 years ago. I don't think I need to read this. Yet every day I'm reading the Book of Mormon, which took place over 2,000 years ago. So I need to do a better recollection of reading the scripture that I do have, and I encourage you to dive deeper into the scripture reading that you do have. And as we do become a worthy people and follow the commandments of reading scripture, because that is one of the commandments we're given, is to study the word line by line, precept upon precept, in that it will be given to us, like further knowledge will be given to us. There's no point in us having the sealed plates with all this knowledge if we don't even know the knowledge of the scripture that we do have. There was a talk given, I want to say it was by Bruce R. McConkie, that says, with all the scripture that we do have, it's still the milk of knowledge, in that we still don't have the meat of the gospel given to us. And if everything that we do have is still the milk, like, we have a lot of work to do. And with it being the latter days, the last days, I feel like it's something that we can all work a little bit harder to do. And for me personally, and I feel like for a lot of people, it's really hard to read the scriptures, to diligently sit down and read the scriptures, because it's hard, it's difficult. And for me, and I know for a lot of people, just reading the words, and it's old English, right? These things were written 200 years ago, or translated 200 years ago and stuff. And so the wording of things is hard to read sometimes, but you just got to stick with it, because the Lord loves effort, right? And there's so many distracting things that we could do to watch or do instead of reading the scripture that give us that instant dopamine. But if we endure to the end with these things, like, we will see the blessings more and more each day. So I encourage you to read your scriptures a little bit more. In Doctrine and Covenants 88, 118, it says to seek knowledge from the best books. Roughly, I'm paraphrasing what it says, but we have the good books. We have these scriptures that we can learn eternal truths from, eternal glory, because life here on this world is a preparatory state. It's a probation, as said in Alma. Now is the time to learn of God and learn of His Word, that we may grow to know Him, so that when we get to spend eternity with heaven in Him, we can already have that knowledge to do so. So again, with this, I just hope that you can get in your scriptures a little bit more, and in that, as you do, I promise that the blessings of the Lord will come upon you, and He loves you, and He gives us the words that we need to grow. There's two of the most important things, I think, besides loving God with all your heart, might, mind, and strength, and loving your neighbor, is prayer and scriptures. Prayer is the opportunity to talk to God, and scripture is the opportunity for God to talk back to us. And I think that as we read more of these things, that we will be able to understand His Word more, so that we can prepare more for when He comes again. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'm glad that you came to hear me talk about this, and I'll see you at the next video.